Hey, welcome to the Mindy Paul Show. So as you can see, well, not everybody can see because some people might be watching, well, not watching me, but listening to me on Spotify or Apple or podcast, whatever it's called. But we're now in an upgraded studio. So I thought I'd put some big headphones on just to look kind of cool. Don't know what they do. I can hear myself. But anyway, so we're here. So today, welcome. Hope you're all doing well. Hope the start of the year is going great for you. So what are we going to talk about today? I'm like thinking about what does Mindy talk about today on the Mindy Paul Show. So the idea came to me as an inspiration when I was driving along. And here's the title of this one. Actions speak louder than words. Have you ever heard that before? Have you ever had that said to you before? That actions actually speak louder than words? So here's the thing with like entrepreneurs, people in business owners. We can get so caught up with the day-to-day running of our business, right? We can get so caught up doing things that are not necessarily the important task that's going to move the needle in our business forward. Let's turn down the sensitivity on this mic because it's getting a bit loud. So we can easily get caught up with doing the wrong thing. You know, working in the business, you've heard that phrase, right? You're working in the business, not on the business. So why do we do that? I remember once I heard someone saying, you know, I've got to keep the main thing the main thing. Look at your business as it stands today. How did you get to where you are today versus like how you're going to get to where you want to get to? So as a business owner, you know, you should have yourself set a goal, a very clear, concise goal of where it is that you want to take your business. A lot of people just go with the flow. They set a kind of a goal and there's no real like meaningful action towards that goal. Every day they wake up and go into a routine. How do I know this? Because I've actually experienced this myself on many, many occasions. You know, we get into a business and we get so caught up with the day-to-day mundane things, the boring things. But having that big vision is super important. A lot of people don't have visions. It's kind of crazy how many people I speak to. They'll have an income goal. They'll have, I want to earn X amount. But they won't really have an overall goal like, you know, I want to grow my team, I want to expand my team, I want to hire someone for this division, I want to create a new division, I want to do this, I want to do that. And that's one thing that we've got to understand. If there's any growth that's going to happen within your financial status, you know, there's other areas that we've got to work on before that starts to happen. And we don't necessarily give importance to that. So today I want you to have a good long look at your business as a whole. Imagine if you hired a consultant to come into your office, to come into your business, to your premises, and they did an analysis of your business over, let's say, a week. They stayed with you a week. They shadowed you around. They kind of took a good long look at how you're operating, how your actions are, you know, how you actually run your whole organization, each department, how much time and energy that you put into getting new sales for your business, how much time and energy you put into recruiting, how much time and energy that you put into maybe prospecting, finding new avenues through channels of business. Where would that person score you? Just think about that. Imagine if you were looking for an investment in your business, you're looking for an outside investor, and you're looking for a cash injection. What do you think they would look for in your business, in how you run your business? Because don't forget, they're not just investing in your business, they're also investing in you as a person, as a leader. And they'd want to know, like, are you really a driving force? Are you going to be someone who's going to get them a return on their investment? Because that's what it's all about, right? So I want you to be that person today. I want you to be that person that comes in as a consultant into your business, as an outside source, outside party, and really carefully analyze your operations, how you're operating your entire organization. Get a notepad and pen today. Go get a notepad and pen and just give yourself some marks. Firstly, like, you know, is my premises clean and tidy? You know, what are my team like? What's the attitude like? You know, where is all our focus and attention going? Do I have people in departments? Are they actually maintaining that department, driving it forward? Here's the other thing. I spoke about this in one of my other podcasts. Now, you can have a team member or team members that have been with you some time. These could be family members, friends from school, and you've built such a good relationship up with them, you know, a personal relationship. And you don't really feel like you can guide them and you can kind of channel them where they're not doing the work right. You can't kind of say to them, hey, listen, you're not very productive in this certain area. And it's unfortunate because I've seen this happen so many times. I speak to people, even some of my clients, they say, you know what, I've had this person, we grew up together and they just got their feet under the table. And I feel very awkward about kind of saying to them, hey, listen up, we've got to do this. So you got to look at those areas in your business, right? And think about some of the actions that you plan out. Some of the things that you said you're going to do. What things have you been telling yourself that you're going to do? And you keep on telling yourself, you speak to people about that. I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that. You know, for some time I was like, I want to get a cameraman. I want to get a cameraman. I want to get a camera person. I want to get someone to run my camera, or a woman. Didn't have to be a cameraman. It could have been a camera woman. I want to get one. And it was like only until I took action on that is that I filled that position, and we got Dan, the cameraman, behind the camera. So only then did that happen. Now, if I didn't take any action on that, it's a simple thing, giving you a very basic example. Had I not taken action on that, put the word out that I'm hiring, I wouldn't have this conversation, wouldn't be setting up interviews, countless interviews, right? So here's the thing. Actions are really important for you to move forward. So where else have you been saying that you're going to do something and you haven't done it yet? Maybe you've been thinking about increasing your prices. Maybe you thought about having a refurbishment in your business, in your offices. Maybe you thought about hiring someone, head of marketing, head of sales. Maybe you said to yourself, you know what? We don't have a sales system in place. The other thing is, like, it's crazy. This is another podcast altogether, right? It's amazing how many businesses, forget the business owners, how many businesses as organizations don't have a sales team or a person in sales. Think about that. Have you told yourself that you want to improve your sales? You tell yourself, I want to improve my sales. You tell yourself, I want to improve my sales, improve them. And yet you haven't taken action. That's like an empty voice, right? Without any action at the back of it. Nothing ever happens without an action. This is why I always say, you know what? You say you want to do something. You say you're going to do something. Show me. Don't just talk about it. Show me. You know, one day, I want to join your coaching, Mindy. I want to join your inner circle. How long have you been following me for? It's been about a good 3 years. But one day I will sign up. Okay. But here's the thing. When is that one day? How many times have you told yourself, one day you're going to do this, you're going to do that, you're going to do that? One time somebody actually said to me, when you say someday never comes. I'm like, you know what? There's so much merit in that. When you say someday, I'm going to do this, that someday is just like there's no definiteness of a day. There's no like a date written down. There's no commitment to a date, right? One day I'm going to get my Lamborghini. One day I'm going to get married. One day I'm going to start a family. All right. So how about you say, all right, what day is this going to be? What year is it going to be in? What year? I remember when I first started my businesses, there was like lots of different things that I was saying, I want to do that. And one day I'm going to do that. I'm going to do that. Lots of talk. I used to take action. Don't get me wrong. But, sometimes you can take the action in the wrong area and not in the right areas. And we can feel that we're being productive when in essence, in reality, we're not being very effective. We're not being proactive. We're not taking the action. We do little things to make ourselves feel good because we're busy. We're doing things. We feel like we're progressing, but we're really not. So you got to really tackle the bigger things that you don't necessarily want to tackle. It's so easy to do the small things. But right now, think about what is that big thing that you've been talking about? One of the things for us in my organization was putting together a course which we're going to be doing, right? It's going to be something really cool. It's going to be coming soon. So you want to make sure you stay tuned for that. Now, we're working on that behind the scenes. Now, for a long, long time, that was kind of an idea. No, it takes resources, it takes team, it takes attention, it takes focus, discipline to get things off the ground. And if I do something, I don't just want to do it half-heartedly and not put all my effort and attention into it. Because if you do something half-heartedly, you don't put as much energy into that, guess what happens? At the other side, there isn't much energy drawn to that outcome. It's very empty. So if it's worth doing once, it's worth doing 1,000 times, but it's worth doing great. That's the other thing. Anything that we do is worth doing great. Anything that we do is always worth doing. Am I operating at a higher level? Think about it. What areas have you been crippled in? You haven't been taking the right source of action, the right commitment, the right commands to yourself. Just this podcast here alone can really shift your business. It can really make a big difference. You could just pick one or two key areas. You just say, right, listen, what did I say that I was going to do? Look around your business, look around your life, look around your house, look for clues of where you said you're going to do something. This could be something as simple as like getting your car cleaned. Here you go. This could be something as simple as like emptying out some of those cupboards you got at home where the food's gone off and it's gone out of date. And here in the UK, we have dates. I don't have to have them in other places. Think about your garage. Think about your garden. You said I was going to take that tree out. You know, one day we're going to build an extension there. One day we're going to expand our business. One day we're going to go buy the premises. One day we're going to stop leasing. One day I'm going to buy my second property. One day I'm going to buy my first investment property. One day. Why don't you fucking take action on it? Get into this beast mode attitude where, you know, you move into action, you get into that driving force, you put your fucking foot on the gas and you go for it. You don't hang around waiting. I want to read out something from Think and Grow Rich. Great book. And this is a chapter on decision, the mastery of procrastination. And here he says the seventh step towards riches, right? He says, an accurate analysis of over 25,000 men and women who had experienced failure disclosed that the lack of decision was near the head of the list of the 30 major causes of failure. This is no mere statement or theory, it's a fact, right? And he also goes on to say that procrastination, the opposite of decision, is a common enemy which particularly every man or woman must conquer. Think about that. This is from Napoleon Hill. And think about procrastination. That's the opposite of decision. Right? So decision, when you make a decision, you decide to do something and you actually take action on it. And he says here, this is the seventh step towards riches. Now imagine if you could just master this one step, how much further along you'd be in what you're doing. Now I'm sure that there's something that you've been working on. Let's put that there for display purposes. Look at that, it looks kind of cool, right? Let's put it down there. There we go. There you go. Bit of display. I used to be in retail back in the day, right? So there's a bit of my merchandising skills. So going back to thinking about one key area right now that you could actually really focus on. Hey, listen, hey, you know what, Mindy, you know what? Thank you for this podcast. It's drawn my attention back to this, or that. This might be, you might have told yourself one day, I'm going to have a divorce, right? And you're still there. You're in a marriage that you ain't happy with. It's been 20 years. Maybe now's the time to cut ties. You know, what are you waiting for? Maybe one day you said you're going to fire someone. Go fucking fire someone that ain't been doing the work. Go fire that person. Don't just talk about it. Do it. If you want to hire someone, go fucking do it. Don't just talk about it. Go make that hire. Do it. Do it. Do it now. Don't wait around. Back yourself. Believe in yourself. That's the thing. The other thing is why people don't do things is because they don't really believe in themselves. Think about it. Right? The only reason why you ain't done it, maybe you believe it won't work. Maybe you ain't got the fucking balls. Maybe you need to grow a pair, or female balls or male balls, whichever you choose. But maybe it's time to develop some courage and start to really commit. When you make a commitment, make a real commitment. Don't just make a kind of a half-hearted decision. Make a fucking beast mode decision. Because everything happens when you make a decision. You could decide not to do something, and guess what? You made a decision, that's an outcome. You made a decision that you're going to cut the grass, or you made a decision that you're not going to cut the grass. You see what I'm saying? There's an outcome. There's an outcome for every decision that you make. Nothing cannot happen without you making a decision. I want you to really think about that. You decide to do something or you don't, and each has an outcome. Each has it has an outcome. You can't escape that. So my message today to you really is like, you know, don't just fucking talk about it. Walk the walk. Talk the talk, walk the walk. Is that the expression? Walk the talk the walk the walk, walk backwards, do the moonwalk or whatever. Now, here's the one thing I want to really leave you with. Actions speak louder than words. People who talk a lot of lip service without actually taking any action ain't going to go very far. And do me a favor, my friend. Don't you be one of them. Separate yourself from the masses. Look at how the greats, like, you know, great business leaders like Elon Musk and all those other great people. There's loads of entrepreneurs. I don't really follow many entrepreneurs, but there's so many people out there that are running multi-million, multi-billion pound organizations. Do you think Amazon would be where it was if Jeff just sat in his office? Was he in his garage or something, right? He sat in his garage. He's probably listening to Mindy Pool podcast, right? And he's probably talking about, I'm going to do Amazon. I'm going to have this one place where everybody puts their products and we're going to ship them out from there and we're going to get it cut. And it's going to be an operation that runs all around the world and we're going to be able to deliver things the same fucking day, the day they order them, within hours. Do you think if he didn't if he didn't talk the talk, if he didn't take action, do you think he would be there right now? Think about it. Nothing happens without action. Why are you afraid of taking action? What's keeping you? What's holding you back? Tell me. Talk to me. Verbalize it. Tell me I'm listening to you right now. Talk. Tell me. Verbalize it. Talk it out. When you talk it out, you're going to realize, you know what? That's kind of stupid. It's something so simple, but why am I not taking the action? Because you haven't committed, right? So listen, this is me checking out on this one. Remember, listen, do me a favor. Share this podcast with other people that you know that it will value, right? I want to share this love. I want to share the word. So I want to help as many people as I can get unstuck. It ain't gonna cost you nothing. All you're gonna have to do is maybe there might be one of them little square boxy things with a pointy bit where you say share content, share podcast. Share it with your people. You know, I hope this is valuable enough for you. That's why you're here, right? So make sure that, you know, you actually apply what I'm teaching in these podcasts, and I promise you, it's gonna make a big difference, right? So I'll see you on the next one. Take care.